Hi, our esteemed viewers. Welcome to this episode of JKonomics, where we wish to explore much more onto Eucalyptus. It may not be so long, but at least it shall suffice for an introduction to the other spheres of JKonomics. JKonomics is precisely economics of the poor. I once again say it's not economics for the poor. Those should be policies and government papers on how they can elevate the poor from poverty. But for economics of the poor, we basically explore, we look into, we digest the various spheres of the poor and how best with the poor we can elevate ourselves from poverty. Precisely, we look at what poverty is and how we can get out of it. So in this particular one, before we look at how beautiful the eucalyptus forest is looking, I wish to say thank you so much for the warm welcome you have had or you have given to this concept. We are barely a month old into this concept, but we've received overwhelming feedback, subscription, and views from wherever you guys are. So we do not take that lightly, and so we wish to say thank you. So just like we said, that with JKonomics, we explore and discuss what you think you can do best to elevate you from the poverty. And we continue to say poverty is not failure to have money or failure to have what to put on table, but to us we look at poverty as any inability to have your life lived the way you desire it. Meaning, even with that little you have, that much you have, if you feel like there's some level you've not reached, there's some potential then you have not explored. So we look around our community, we look around us and dig deeper and see what we can really bring out of ourselves using locally available materials, using resources that are ought to be regarded useless. In other words, we build activity. We use our skills, inborn talents, the little resources we have to see ourselves catapulted from one level to another. So today we shall not discuss much about eucalyptus, but rather have a walk around and we spot a few things here and there that shall eventually constitute our discussion in the subsequent episodes. Everyone that has sent in their ideas, I want to share with us that our colleagues in the same world of employment have given me invites to their various ventures. They wish to have some ideas to share with colleagues of same minds, same-minded colleagues. So, equally, if you're there and you feel there's something you can share with us, and when I say with us, I mean us, the poor, us, or we who do not have that disposable income or those disposable resources that we can, splash around, when whatever we have or whatever you have is precisely sufficient for your survival. We are in that league together. So I really appreciate whoever has so far given us invitations to their various farms in various spheres. So I can, with authority, promise we shall look at sugarcane plantation and even where? In Hoima, not just around. Some colleague in Hoima wishes to share with us their journey of sugarcane plantation, and they're also from the employment world. You get it? Very soon we shall look at banana plantations by someone of a Dr. Kada, as far as Luwero. So the thing is catching attention. Proudly associated with it, knowing that JKonomics is coming to give another dimension to employment and to poverty. Why I look at employment is because this particular episode of discussion in Amazing Wealth is targeting us, the poor who are employed. Those are employed poor. If you are employed, you definitely have money, but at times it doesn't come out that way. It doesn't come out that way, and it comes out in such a way that you're employed, but the demands you have to meet your day-to-day, needs outweigh what you get from your employment. And so JKonomics tells you, look outside the box, think beyond the box, do something better than the usual to see yourself elevated out of the urban poverty you are in, the transient poverty you're in, any form of poverty. For we believe as long as what you're getting is not sufficient, is not enough to meet your day-to-day needs, we want to regard that as poverty at JKonomics. So, JKonomics, we are discussing poverty and how we will deal with poverty as the employed poor. So we are looking at economics for the poor, if the government has to work on it. But if government can't work on it, then we shall look at it as economics of the poor, where we have to work on it by ourselves. So precisely that has been a walk through our Eucalyptus plantation, Forest 1. We shall have a number of them as we shall look at them. And this is the oldest investment we have as JKonomics and as JK Empire. For this one, we set it up in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And so this year, 2025, it is making 2 years. And so in its 2 years, we shall have to get out a few that shall be used, and then we shall create space for the remaining bigger ones that we intend to put to another level of market. There are isolated cases of outstanding trees, as well as there are also those that are still struggling. And just like we are not always equal. You can find a guava tree with a branch with a number of guavas, some ripe, others still raw, but same tree, same branch, and feeding on the same food. So equally here, we see that from up where we started, the average size seems to be this one. And then from down this side, we have scattered cases of these relatively small ones, and yes, it is true. The forest is not as even as one would think, because of the various reasons we shall explore in the subsequent videos. For this particular one, it's been precisely a walk to see or to introduce us to the other concept. The very first video we had was introducing us to the concept and the theory, as well as looking at how a toilet was converted into poultry coop. This time round, we are precisely having a walk through Eucalyptus plantation, and so we shall at later stages look at how, why, when, and what exactly eucalyptus means to the poor who wish to get out of poverty. And like I said, the forest is 2 years old in December 2025, for it was set up around November 2023. And once it's at that stage, we are encouraged to cut out and give adequate spacing to those trees that we envision to be designated for serious business. And the spacing, we shall look at it. Why do we cut out some? Why that spacing? When the spacing is needed? What it means? All those questions shall be discussed then. And then also shall look at what are the various markets we have around for eucalyptus, and what are the pros and cons of growing eucalyptus. Otherwise, for this particular one, we wish to really thank you and thank everyone that is doing their best in ensuring that the concept of JKonomics catches the market of theories. You get it? It becomes another school of thought about development. And yes, you continue embracing our products as we share them. At the moment, we are still in investing. We're not yet much into, producing or releasing products like you saw. Poultry is not yet at the level of giving us eggs. We are a month to go. Eucalyptus, we are close to 4 months to releasing the first batch. Maize production, we currently consume all that we produce. We are not yet at the stage of selling, because whatever we produce for now is slightly enough for our consumption at the poultry farm. So we really appreciate the fact that we are moving this journey together, and we believe it shall come to mean what we are trying to push for. As we plan for the next discussion, the next time we come to engage, feel free to share your comments, to share the video with your friends whom you think can benefit from this, those whom we are in the same sphere of employment, but we feel the employment is not sufficient for our expectations, our needs, our desires, to see our families given all that they need. So for today's particular one, we wish to say thank you so much for watching. We shall continue producing content. We shall continue sharing with everyone what we think can work, or what you think you can tap in.